Swampwater. What's up, dudes and dudettes? My name is Swampwater. The scariest part about Resident Evil 8 is its price. Oh god! But just under that is the creatures you'll be fighting past to survive as long as possible. And if you take away the blood, gore, and terror, some of these characters may be considered to some as super attractive. So in today's video I shall be ranking these characters from ugliest to hottest. Dear god, what has my channel come to? Now to keep things fair, I will be treating man and woman equal on the hotness factor, to keep those man lovers in the audience happy. And I will be judging them as if I were straight male and female, so I can fully comprehend the attractiveness bursting out of these characters. Also, for Rosemary Winter, I am going to be ranking the more mature version for what I'm assuming is obvious reasons. Also, I am not going to be having the enemy literally titled baby. Once again, obvious reasons. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want my channel to have more than only 223 subscribers, hit that subscribe button. Also, comment down below what game you want me to review next. Although, since a lot of my subscriber base is Friday Night Funkin' fans, expect a lot of those kinds of videos. Also, if you are a future employer of mine,
please ignore this video. This video doesn't exist. It's a hallucination.
Anyways, enough delay. Let's rank these hotties. First up is the trash category. These creatures slash characters shouldn't be on your mind when thinking of Romanian spooky creatures to date. At the bottom of the list we have Moreau. I think it's pretty obvious why I ranked him at the bottom. He's stinky, he's gross, he is mutated beyond belief, but overall he's also just a big fat jerk. But not only does he act like a jerk, but also he's very pathetic and depressing, which wouldn't be good on your emotional status. I do not feel bad ranking him this low, and if he saw this video, I'd be fine if this opinion hurt him to his core. What an ugly folk. Next off is the Lycan. These zombie-like creatures aren't one for romance. In fact, I think they would leave you without even realizing you were dating them. They are also really violent as seen in the game, with one of them chomping down on Ethan Winter's hand and leaving some fingers missing, which some may find kinky, but I assure you it is not worth the trouble. The next is Maroon 5, which may seem like it's just another Lycan, which I mean, they kinda are, but these ones are actually mentally tortured vampire-like zombies. They also all seem to be female due to Madame Dimitrescu mainly just having women inside the castle. The reason I rank these creatures slightly higher than the Lycans is they seem less aggressive and weaker, which may be a lot more easier to handle in a relationship. So although on the hotness scale they may be the same, their relationship skills are much better than the aggressive Lycans. Oh, what big hands you have! And what big teeth you have! Wait, that's not Grandma. That's the werewolf. It may still be aggressive, but I rank these things slightly higher because I really don't think they'd leave you for someone else. I think they'd be with you until you're dead. The main issue I find with these werewolf folk, though, is that they aren't that hot, and there's a bit of compatibility issues. Sorry to all the dog and wolf fans in the audience, but I don't think I'm much of a wolf kind of guy, romantically speaking. But maybe as a pet this would be higher on the list. Now, I have nothing really to say about haulers, just a hotter zombie that doesn't smell as bad, and also has a cool head gadget. Now the Sturm on the other hand, looks a lot better than the other creatures we've talked about so far. Their propeller head is very unique and looks really cool, and if you think about it, cool and hot are pretty much the same thing. But the one issue I find with these things are they don't seem very good with communication skills, which is not very cool in a relationship. The Samca was really hard to rank in my opinion, because they are pretty freaky, annoying, and loud, but the thing that makes these creatures somewhat redeemable is that they can fly, which is pretty hot. If a girl came up to me and said she could fly and actually could do it, that would immediately be an extra 2 points in the Swampwater official hotness scale, also known as the SOHS. The Soldat Eins, which sounds like a French name to be honest, has a robotic heart and can have built-in robo stuff, which is pretty unique. But sadly, something about them seems very mindless. But for some people, I suppose that's not something they consider before dating them. Next is the Uranus. The Urias. which is really scary and menacing, which lucky for you people who love to be non-dominant and to be dominated, because this thing will surely assert its dominance on you. But I still wouldn't put him in your love letter because, much like the Lycans, it doesn't seem to be very clean and tidy. In fact, it's probably best if you wear a gas mask if you're within 100 meters of it. But as seen, it isn't totally unhot. And with that, we close off our trash category. And we will now be moving on to the characters of RE8, which, as the name of the category suggests, these next characters aren't too hot, but warm. And at the bottom of the category is the Old Hag. Now, I might say she has aged very well, probably, but I really dislike her language. She speaks in riddles and kinda just doesn't appear in the second half of the game, except for like one Mother Maranda transformation. Although she may be distant and out of her mind, her bright smile is warm enough to make any sad child happy. Probably. Angie may be a doll, but the doll makers seem to put a lot of effort into giving her those feminine curves that many crave for. She also loves to play games, and I love games. Plus, she likes being stabbed with scissors, which may aid someone's scissor stabbing fetish out there. Now, she may seem like she is resisting those scissors, but then why would she continue to play along with these games? Yeah, she likes it, and she's bad at hiding it. Anyways, the one thing keeping this doll lore on the list is her eye kinda goes funky monkey after said stabbing, which in my opinion is not hot. I would want a girl who can take any amount of eye stabbage without any funky monkeyness forming. Next we have Elena. She seems very kind and sympathetic, which is a hot trait for a woman to have, but she is very stupid. Really stupid. Beneviento is a passionate doll maker that was ghostified. Ooh, spooky. Now she seems to look very good in the hotness department, but once again her eye goes funky monkey after some stabbage, which as mentioned before is not a good trait in a female. And with that, I guess we capped off the egg category, and from now on, everyone on this list will be hot. So I named the category the hot category. Next we have the Hound Wolf Squad, which is Chris Redfield's army. Now, you don't really get to see them at all in the game, but as far as I've seen before with people, and especially girls, the more mysterious and hidden someone is, the hotter. And I don't see any huge negatives with the Hound Wolf Squad, other than like one or two stupid comments. And there's Mother Maranda, which doesn't really do much in Resident Evil 8, but I mean, she's the main antagonist, and she kinda just lets you defeat her minions and kinda does her own thing. It is tough to get a clear look at her in the game, but if you look at her model outside of gameplay, she looks pretty damn good. Plus, if you don't think she's hot, she still has you covered, because she can just morph into whatever you find hot. Think of the opportunities. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. Next is the main man himself, Ethan Winters, and although you don't see his face at all in Resident Evil 7 or 8, there is actually a fully made model of Ethan, which shows off his nice blonde look, and blonde people are super hot, and you should totally date one, and especially if they have a YouTube channel named Swampwater, and Ethan Winters is not only a blonde boy doing what blonde boys do, but he is also a great dad and husband, which is omega hot. Like, holy hell, this guy went through so much pain and suffering for his daughter and to save his wife. What a Chad. Next on the list is Rosemary Winters, the more mature version, of course, that we see at the end of the game. Now, we may not know much about her, and she also hasn't done all the incredible feats that Mr. Winters has done, at least yet. But damn, she looks good in Ethan's coat and that hat. And she's a blonde girl. And blonde people shall unite
and become the dominating race of hair type in the universe.
Anyways, she also seems to have the memories of her dad transferred to her somehow. Maybe the mold, I don't know. Or at least it is implied to be similar to that. These memories really make her empathize with her dead father, and she visits his grave very frequently, which is a very hot trait in a woman. If I died, I would want my girl to me in my grave. Now, this may be a shocker to some people, But next on the list is Mia Winters. Now this was a tough decision since I have loads of PTSD from her in RE7. However, unlike her daughter, we currently have lots of info about her character. And when she isn't possessed by a demon child or under an impression by Mother Maranda, she's pretty badass and managed to get past things that many others died from. She also stayed committed with Ethan after the events in the Baker residence, which shows dedication and maturity, which is also super hot. Plus she really was worried about her husband when things were breaking loose at the end of RE8, and demanded to know if he was okay. And that tops off the hot category. And the remaining characters on this list are flamethrower hot. Their SOHS levels are off the charts and need to be cooled down as soon as possible, or the fabric of space-time will go up into flames. Also, this is when things get a little controversial with the ranking. The remaining characters could all easily get first place depending on a person's opinions. So expect your ranking to be a lot different from mine at this point and further. In 5th place we have Chris Redfield. Look at this boulder punching Chad. He is designed head to toe to be a hot badass that destroys anything in his way with relative ease. If he becomes your personal guard, you bet his ass will do anything possible to keep you safe. But how is this guy not first, you may ask? Well, although it doesn't really happen in RE8, in previous games it seems like anyone who works with this guy is probably gonna die. Like, seriously, for every one person he saves, like 10 others are killed or sacrificed. So although he may be wildly hot, he also will probably unwantingly get you melted into a gooey mess. Ugh. In 4th place, in 4th place is the Duke. Okay, hear me out. So I kind of forgot to put him on the ranking so far. I mean, the Duke may be fat and stinky and of questionable species, but he is dependable and a true lifesaver. And not only that, but he is a good cook, which is hot. And also, he makes a Resident Evil 4 reference about the merchant in that game. In 3rd place we have Heinsenberg. This man is the most organized out of the 4 lords in the game, and has a very smexy accent. He can also bend metal, which is almost as cool as a girl flying, and is very intelligent and has his own humongous factory. This dude seems like he'd be that one cool uncle you meet once a year. Yo, what's up, unc? Ah! In 2nd place we have one that many would despise me for not ranking her as number 1, and yes, you guessed it. It's Madame Dimitrescu. Do I really need to explain the reason she's so high on this list? She's a tall, dominant lady with... Anyway, as I was saying, as you can see, she is very kinky with pain. Who wouldn't want her to dominate you and threaten you with her long knife fingers and sweet, juicy... She is easily the most loved character in the game, with plenty of art of her and a mod that makes her even more sexual than before. Although she seems like a hot vampire, she actually technically just needs blood in her diet to keep her alive, because some people are just born differently. It's the same weakness that is making her body taller than most people. So, technically, she is 100% human. God, I really need a safe word with this woman. Ah, much better. Now, what could be possibly ranked higher than Chris, Duke, Heinsenberg, and Dimitrescu? Well, don't get mad, but the number 1 hottest character in Resident Evil Village is... the Dimitrescu Daughters. Wait. Hold on. Let me explain myself. If you remove the bloody mouths and the insects and everything gross about them, these daughters are actually really attractive. Like, this whole video is mostly to be taken unseriously. But if a girl walked up to me looking like that, I would have 20 alarms going on in the back of my head saying, hot girl alert, hot girl alert, hot girl alert, going on and on and on. Plus, look at how flirtatious they are. Like, damn, okay, Dimitrescu might be hurting Ethan because she's evil, but these chicks are hurting because they are just kinky. And because these women receive first place, I shall be giving out another virtual trophy. The budget has been increased this time, and now the lines are colored in slightly better. If you gals want this trophy, you should come over to my place and grab the trophy. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button below, and if this video gets 100 likes, which is a stupidly big amount for this channel, I'll make another video about this game and maybe rank the hotness of characters in previous Resident Evil games. And as always, subscribe to see more content like this and comment down below what games you want to see me play in the future. See ya!